What's up, everybody? It is your boy JB, and we are here with the live, just basically just us going live to just kind of discuss Love After Lockup or Life After Lockup that premiered last night on WeTV. If you guys are coming in, please like the live. If you're watching the replay, like the live, leave your comments in the comment section below. And before we do that, before we go ahead and just talk about Life After Lockup, if you guys are watching this video or any other on the channel and you guys aren't subscribed yet, I need you guys to do me a big solid favor, and please, you guys, stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and also share the video. And let's go ahead and talk about episode. Now, WeTV and their number, y'all know it's off, but the guys said episode 41 of Life After Lockup, Habitual Offender, was the title of the episode, you guys. So I want you guys to, if you're in the live, tell me what you guys thought about this premiere episode, or if you're watching this on the playback, again, let me know your thoughts. So I don't know if I'm going to go in any particular order of the couples, but I feel like where I want to start up with is Lindsay and Blaine. What is up with Blaine's mugshot? Did somebody beat him? Like literally, did somebody beat Blaine up? Because that mugshot is just woo terrible. So Lindsay and Blaine, would y'all believe that Lindsay is 29? Lindsay, 29. Did it say construction, felonious, malicious mischief? And Blaine, 32, welder, possession, and habitual offender. Hilarious. So these two, they told us that Lindsay told us that they have been together at this point for 8 months. Now, you guys remember the last time that we saw Lindsay and Blaine, they were, dealing with a situation with Deontay where she had broke up with Deontay to be with Blaine. Looking at this, I don't think she made the best choice breaking up with Deontay, but that's my opinion. But Lindsay and Blaine, they went and bought a house. I'm wondering how much that house was, because it kind of looked like it was, like it needs to be demolished just a little bit. My personal opinion. So we see Lindsay and Blaine, and they went to go see that attorney with the mullet. I really just kind of want that man to do something different with his hair, because that hair is just screaming, bring me current, brush me, comb me, style me something, right? So Lindsay finds out that Blaine. Now, see, here's the interesting thing, because last season, Lindsay and Blaine were playing it as if they really knew each other, but in this episode, it's as if she doesn't know who Blaine is at all, which is quite confusing, right? Because she didn't know that Blaine had two indictments, and when that man kept reading off all those charges for Blaine, I was like, God, dog. And then he said he's his habitual offender. And Lindsay was like, that means that, it's like a career criminal. And you didn't know this, but he was the one that was supposedly selling drugs for you. Okay. I mean, I guess if you want to say so. I don't know what I believe with Lindsay and Blaine. I just know that mugshot is it's just creepy. Ugh, that mugshot. So let's see. What this Yeah, I caught the live. I just started watching Life After Lockup last season. So other than Monique and Derek and Justine and Michael, I don't really know any other couples. I'm here for it though. Well, welcome. Life After Lockup is something that I've been watching for Life After Lockup, Love After Lockup, Love During Lockup. These are all things that I've been watching for quite some time. So I know these people. Ugh. But yeah, she was talking about this. This man can face up to 19 years in prison. So Lindsay was like, that's why you didn't want to get TC out of go to get TC out of jail. You goddamn right. That's why he didn't want to go. The man got a warrant for his arrest. So he wasn't going to go to jail for you or for TC. And honestly, I can't say that I blame him. Like, I can't say that I blame him for not wanting to get TC out of jail. So then the lawyer's like, well, I can't do nothing unless you guys pay me $15,000. And I was looking at that man. I'm like, what are you gonna do with $15,000? Oh, I just want that man to get current. Like he looks like he was born. I mean, he probably was born in the 70s or 60s, but God, it looked like you are forever stuck there, right? So Lindsay, she got upset with Blaine, and I was like, girl, why are you shocked? Why are you surprised? It makes no sense to me. So she got upset. She walked out, Blaine following in behind her, and tried to get her in the car. And she said no, she's gonna walk. I'm like, I don't know if them boots are made for walking, but go for it, sis. Go for it, Lindsay. Y'all know if y'all been around and watching me on Love After Lockup with Lindsay, Lindsay has not been my favorite person, and I still don't see it for Lindsay. Like I tweeted this last night with Lindsay. Part of Lindsay, you'll get the white woman, but then the other part of Lindsay, you gonna get a wannabe hood black woman, and I don't be seeing it for Miss Lindsay. But we gonna see what Lindsay's storyline is gonna be this season. So let's see. Let's go to the next couple because that's really all we had for Lindsay and Blaine. But let's go to the next couple. Let's get these two out the way. Amber and Puppy. Ugh. For the life of me, I don't know why Amber and Puppy have come back to life after lockup. Amber and Puppy, as well as Marcelino and Brittany, these are two couples that I can kind of do without, right? So we see Amber and we see Puppy, and if you guys have been around my channel and you watched my reviews of Love After Lockup and Life After Lockup, when we met Puppy, you guys know that Puppy is my girl. I rocks hard with Puppy, but Puppy storylines are really sad. Every time we see Puppy, it gets sadder and sadder and sadder, and it's just like, God damn, like what's gonna give when it comes with Puppy, right? So you guys know last season Puppy was dealing with Eric, who was her fiance, but Eric is still married. And like I said last season, and I'm gonna say it again this season, girl, I don't think Eric is trying to get a divorce. I just think Eric wants his cake and he wants to eat it too. He wants his cake and he wants to eat it too, which I never understand that saying. Like, I mean, if you have cake, don't you want to eat it? But that's neither here nor there, right? But Eric, I just don't think that he's gonna divorce his wife for Puppy. And I just want her to get that through her head because I don't think that man's gonna leave his wife. My personal opinion. So she's telling Amber that Eric lost the house because the house was in his mother-in-law's name. And honest to God, I don't blame that woman. You ain't gonna live in this house with my name on it. Absolutely not. Not with another woman that ain't my daughter. So yeah, you and your chick, y'all gotta get y'all ish and get on up out the door, right? So I'm gonna bring up something that I thought was kind of interesting. So Amber and Puppy are at a bar, right? Now last season, Amber was pregnant, and Amber went and had an abortion, which I'm all for if that's what a woman wants to do. I'm pro-choice, so I don't want nobody to come over here saying, "Oh, you shouldn't." Nope, don't do that. I am pro-choice. You cannot change my thoughts or my opinions, right? But Amber last season, she had the abortion because she was saying that the doctor told her that there was an issue with her liver. And I was thinking to myself, if there was an issue with your liver, why are you drinking? And then you got drunk. So I'm like, that ain't a good combination. A bad liver and alcohol. Do you want to give yourself cirrhosis of the liver and die? Like I don't understand that one. So Amber's talking about, all the things that she's dealing with after having the abortion. And again, that's her choice to eat, if you agree with it, you agree with it. If you disagree with it, that is your choice, right? But her choice was to get the abortion. Now, the thing that I kind of questioned when it came to Amber was, and it's not like really questioning, you only saw one doctor. Like, did you not go see anybody else to get a second opinion to make sure that what that one doctor, I mean, because the doctor was saying it could be life threatening for her and the baby. So I was like, did you go get another opinion? But I mean, maybe she felt like that was the best decision for her. And again, that's up to Amber, not up to me, right? So Amber and Puppy, they like I said, they at the bar, they getting drunk. So Amber calls up her boyfriend or fiance. I don't even know if they engaged or not. TC. So there's a little bit of issue between TC and Puppy. I don't. Part of me feels like it's a little bit of jealousy on Mr. TC's part. I think that's what it is. But you guys can let me know what you think, and we can discuss that. But so TC came down to pick up Amber and Puppy, and she was like, "I'm Michelle." He's like, "I know who you are," and she's like, "I don't think you like me." He says, "Well, it's not that I don't like you. Then what is it?" Because I mean, I'm reading that you don't like her too. So inquiring minds would love to know what is it with you and Puppy. So then later in the episode, they eventually went home. We later see Amber and TC as they are once again drinking, and they're arguing about Puppy and her guy Eric, right? So I think TC was trying to say that they're drug dealers, and I was like, why would you say that on camera? These people are on parole and probation and all that kind of stuff. That ain't a good look for them, sir. Like that ain't a good look. But I mean, Amber got pissed off and rightfully so. Like I don't blame Amber for getting upset with TC. Like you shouldn't bring that up. Like don't bring that up on camera. There be a lot of things with this show that I'd be like these criminals be saying so much stuff on the TV screen, and it's like, do you realize that you might be implicating yourself? But I mean, if that's how y'all feel and that's what y'all want to do, go for it. But I'm really wondering where's this storyline. I wonder where this storyline is gonna go between Amber and Puppy, because for me, I feel the same. I kind of feel the same way that I feel about Marcelino and Brittany. That with Amber and Puppy, I feel like some of their stuff is manufactured and made for TV or made for the producers talk them into it. Because I just don't. Some of the only things that I believe when it comes to Amber and Puppy was last season with the miscarriage and the abortion, the drama that they be dealing with. I just really be feel like it's. I just feel like it literally is for cameras. I don't be buying it. So it says, question: are Amber and Puppy former lovers or are they just friends? So Amber and Puppy, they actually call each other wifey. So when we first met Amber, we met Amber, I think season 2 of Love After Lockup, and she was with this guy named Vince. And so Vince had adopted Puppy, and he felt like something was going on between Puppy and Amber. So like I said, they call each other wifey. When they were in prison, they did mess around with each other. And for a few seasons, Puppy wanted to get back with Amber, but Amber let Amber tell her she's straight. But I don't buy nothing. I don't buy not one word of Amber being straight. I think Amber is a whole lesbian, but I so yeah. Amber and Puppy are best friends, but they did hook up in prison. I still think they hooking up now, but I don't know what's going on with them, but that's my personal opinion. But yeah, where we at? So I think we're gonna move on to the next couple. Let's see, who do we want to go to next? Let's get the dummies out the way. Taylor and Chance. This couple right here. This couple right here. I just I don't understand this couple on any sort of level. Taylor is 27 years old and Chance is 42 years old. Now, if y'all watch me, y'all know how I feel about Taylor and Chance, and the fact that I just did not like the fact that she got this man came out of prison, moved into her house with her and her 3 daughters, and now they're engaged. I'm gonna leave her alone for right now, but I'm gonna go in on this episode because this is like 3 blind mice, because this man has credit card debt. or just debt in general. Because when the scene opened with Taylor and Chance, we hear him trying to pay some bills. So he was paying one bill, and it said that it was past due. Then the next bill said I guess he paid it, but his balance was $11 on his credit card. Sir, you just might as well just let that 11. I mean, when your interest kick in, that $11 is going to be gone. Then one of his credit cards was over the limit. So, in excuse me, in total, he got two over the limit credit cards. You do realize that that hurts your credit, right? I never understand. Me personally, I only have one credit card in my name, and that's really all that I need. If I get a second one, I'll get a second one, but I don't really need a second one. I have one, and I'm fine with it. But to have 6 and 7 credit cards, I just never understood that stuff in my life. And then for him, like, you have 2 credit cards that are past their limit. You do, like, here's my thing. When it comes, like, you do realize when it comes to credit cards, that means you're borrowing the money from your banking institution that has to be paid back with interest. If you don't have the money to, like, I'm wondering what the hell he has bought, right? Because if you don't have the money, then that I don't need it, and it ain't for me. But you got some people like Mr. Chance over here that feels like just because you pay one bill and then you get a credit card, get 5 offers or 7 offers, you're supposed to take them. Absolutely not. What kind of idiot would do that? Well, obviously Chance. Then you hear him talking about how much can they put toward a bill. That is ridiculous. That is utterly. I think that's sad as hell. When you got to sit here and budget out how much you can put on a bill instead of just saying, okay, let's pay this bill. Like, she's gonna let that man run her into a poorhouse. They're gonna be broke. But I'm glad that she has not married him, because once you marry this person, you're gonna take on their debt, right? And she's pregnant. So we see her, like, what are y'all gonna do when y'all had a baby? Because that's gonna be another bill, right? Like, oh my God. Dumb and dumber. Blind leading the blind. What the fuck? What the fuck? Like, I just don't get it. Ain't no way in hell. So at one point, she asked him to help her put together the baby's crib, right? So when he was doing that, his phone rang, and she was like, "Who is that?" And he didn't. I don't think he responded to her. And she's like, "Well, if someone called me, I would tell you who it was." I was like, "Girl, shut up." But I was thinking to myself, I'm like, "There's probably a damn bill collector asking for their money back." Like, I'm sorry, that's just dumb to get 7 credit cards, and then like I said, there was one that was, like I said, there was one that was already maxed out, and then you got one that has $11 on it. The one with the $11, sir, once that interest kicks in on your payment, after you make that payment, once that interest kicks in, that $11 is gone. You have a zero. You're over your limit. But it's her life, not mine. I just don't think that's smart. Y'all have a baby on the way. Y'all have a baby on the way. And then at one point in the episode, he went into the bathroom and pulled out a whole stack of bills. It's like, I really want better for her. I am so glad that her sister Bobby got out of this situation, because this right here is toxic. Like, absolutely not. Like I said earlier, this situation right here is the blind leading the blind. I don't really want to see where the storyline goes, but I'm actually kind of curious to see if they get married. Now, Taylor, after watching this episode last night, I hope you're smart enough to not get married to Chance. Forever be a fiance until you tell him I'm gonna say your fiance until you manage your debt. It ain't my debt. I'm not taking on your debt. So you forever stay the fiance. Don't ever become a wife. And if you do become a wife, don't become his wife. Because what did I say? His debt will then become your debt. And now you got 4 kids to take care of. Don't do it, girl. Don't do it. But let's go on and move over to the next couple, Sean and Sarah. If there are ever 2 people in the history of this damn show that I can't stand, it would be this one right here. I don't see it for the murderer, and I don't see it for the deadbeat daddy. Ugh. Ugh. I don't even know. I can't even find nothing positive to say about either one of these two. Sean is a deadbeat father, and as you can see, little Miss Sarah over here went to jail for involuntary manslaughter. But I'm gonna let her slide this because she didn't really piss me off like she's pissed me off in the past. So with Sean and Sarah, they're newlyweds. I still don't understand why she married him. Why would you marry a man that has 7 kids, now 8 with yours, and you didn't like the thing with Sean is you knew nothing like when you and Destiny first met this man, he lied to y'all. He lied to one of them about his age, and then he lied about how many kids he had. Like Sean is the scum of the earth, in my personal opinion. Sean wouldn't be somebody that if I was a woman, I wouldn't lay with him. I wouldn't do anything involving Sean. Like Sean is the worst. I feel so bad for Kelly. Like I don't know how Kelly was with him as long as she was. It just went. It ain't no way in hell. Like what the fuck, Sean? So in this episode, we see Sean and Sarah. So she is with the baby, while Sean is playing video games. Now Sean was playing a game with one of his kids, and I guess I'll give Sean a half of a point for that one playing with one of his kids because again, we ain't really saw much of Sean with his kids. All we saw from Sean is him chasing after these, ex-convicts. So at one point, Sarah called him up to the bedroom, and she's gotten some lingerie on. I am so glad that they blurred out her ass because I did not want to see that. And then she had a sex swing that her mama set up. I was like, you asked your mama to set up a sex swing for you? That's kind of odd to me, but okay. But she got mad because Sean wasn't getting aroused by her. I'm like, oh, what did you expect? Yes, no, they were prison lovers. That's about Amber and Puppy. But yeah, what did you expect from Sean? Like, the man ain't shit. And I believe Kelly and everybody else warned you about him, but you decided to marry him nonetheless. Good luck to you, Sarah. So then we later see Sarah in the episode, and her mother come over to the house. Now here's the question about her mama. I don't know if she ever said this or not, but was her mama or is her mama currently on drugs? Because mama's teeth screams drugs. Mama's teeth scream I do crack, meth, because it's just like a gaping black hole in her mouth. I'm so sorry. No disrespect to your mama. Well, yeah. Well, no disrespect to your mom because your mama ain't really done much. It was you that's done a lot, but that mama just looked like she was on some kind of drugs. From my personal opinion, she just like she was on some kind of drugs. So Sarah is getting all dressed up and putting makeup on because she's going to be going to see the father of her daughter. And I was like, oh, okay. Now going back to her mama. I wouldn't have left my child with her, because that woman was kind of slurring, and I was like, I really do believe that sis is on something. I just really believe sis is on something, and I just wouldn't feel safe with my child with her. Kelly tried to warn her. She surely did try to warn that little dumb dumb. But I'm gonna let Sarah do what Sarah want to do. The way you get them is the way you lose them, and the way you got him is through a prison pen pal site, and he broke up with you and got with Destiny. Then him and Destiny broke up, and he came back to you. Is that something that you really want to tell your child when she gets older? How you and your her daddy met? That's some story, and it's not a good one. It's not a good story. It's actually quite sad when you think about it. But I mean, look at Sean. What do these women see him? He must got some golden penis or something, because Sean is just not a looker on any level. Ugh. But let's move on from Sean and Sarah, because I ain't got much for them. Let's see. Who do we want to talk about next? So we have talked about. Oh, I did forget to put a couple on here. Let me get their picture real quick. But because we got two more couples and then we'll be done. So let me go add this other couple because I forgot to put their picture in here. It is Justine and Michael. So that's where we'll go next. Is Justine and Michael. So give me just a second, y'all, to upload the picture of Justine and Michael. And if you guys are coming, be sure on your way in to like the video, like the live from you guys. It helps me more than you guys know. And let's see. We're looking for Justine and Michael. Here we go. So I'm putting Justine and Michael on the screen. Give me just a second. There we go. So Justine and Michael, you guys. So you guys know that when it comes to Justine and Michael, that I do like these two as a couple. I just have, I think that when it comes to Justine and Michael, I know that they were dating while he was in prison. But for me, I do believe that with Justine and Michael, I do think that they may have moved a little too fast. I think they moved too fast with getting married. I think they are moving too fast with having this baby, but unfortunately, they're pregnant. So there's no taking that back. There's no taking back them getting married either. But I think that they just move too fast because, like I always say, when it comes to love after lockup and life after lockup, you can be in a relationship with this person, but when they get out of jail, you guys are basically strangers to each other because you really don't know each other. Especially, I know that with Justine and Michael, they did have video chats with each other, right? But you two have not lived with each other, so you don't know each other's ticks and quirks, right? So that's why I say when it come to Justine and Michael that they moved too fast. And in this particular episode, I think Justine was starting to think about that because Justine was so the family went out for a self-defense class. So Justine's middle son, he's having some issues in school, right? So this is going to help him as well as the family. So we see Justine and her mom, they were talking, and I think Justine was finally taking into consideration what her mom had been saying to her. I don't think her mom is saying that Michael's a bad guy. I think what her mom is saying, what I just said, that this is a fast-paced relationship. You two dated while he was in prison, but he hasn't been on the outside world that long. So you don't really know him that well. The things you know about Michael are the things that you saw from prison. He was behind bars. So he's a virtual honestly, he's a virtual stranger. Let's keep it real. Let's see what this says. Exactly. It's a whole different story when you live with each other. Absolutely. So when it comes to them, like I said, I just think that they moved a little too fast. And especially with Justine, especially with her mom telling us about the things that Justine has dealt with, right? Justine has dealt with abuse in previous relationships. And I don't believe any of Justine's children's fathers are in their lives. So I think Justine should have taken things a little bit slower with Michael when y'all had sex. I mean, I know you're married, and I know there's not, it's not, when you get married, you don't want to have sex with a condom. You don't want to use birth control, right? Because that's your husband, that's your wife. But for them, I just think that this was too fast, too soon. My personal opinion, and you guys can let me know what you think in the comment section below and in the live chat. So Justine is now starting to question it. And here's my thing when it comes to Michael. Like I said, I like Michael, and I don't think that Michael is a bad guy. I think he's actually a good guy. But like I said about old girl, Taylor and Chance, you don't really know him and Michael. I wonder with Michael's children, I wonder how does Michael's children feel watching the show, seeing him with Justine's kids? Because I wouldn't be entirely too happy to see this kind of scene where my dad he's instant dad and he's doing these things with them, and granted, I know Michael can't leave because of his probation, so but if I were his kids, I would feel a type of way about this situation. Just me personally, I would feel a type of way about this. So at one point, Justine did have a conversation with Michael. And like I said, I do believe that Michael loves Justine. I also believe that Michael loves Justine's children. So I'm not saying it's bad, but I think, I keep repeating, they just moved a little too fast. You got married when he was in prison. He gets out of prison and he ain't even been out a full month yet, and you guys are already pregnant, and your baby is due in July. Congratulations to Michael and Justine. Absolutely. I think Justine was starting to just literally think about it and be like, damn, I've been through a lot with other men, and then I'm in this relationship. I think Justine was now starting to realize that she probably just went a little too quickly in this relationship. But I do believe that they are the real deal thing. And again, like I said, I like Justine and Michael, and I want to see Justine and Michael go the long way. But and yeah, in the comments section or in the live chat, tell me what you guys think about Justine and Michael, and we will go on ahead and move over to the last damn couple. Child, I could do without these two. Monique and Derek. It's a lot to say about this. It's a lot to unpack with this couple right here. There's so much to unpack when it comes to Monique and Derek. I don't even know where to start. Like, I really don't. Part of me feels like Monique and Derek's storyline is fake. And I'm just looking at this right here. Monique is an animal hospital receptionist. Girl, what the she's an animal hospital receptionist. Monique ain't making that much money, but what little money she probably is making, she tricking off on Derek. Oh God. Justine sounds like she needs to go to therapy to unpack a few things from her past. I really like Michael. He seems very sincere. I agree. I definitely agree with you about Justine should seek therapy because she definitely has a lot that she needs to unpack from her past. An animal hospital receptionist. A lie, don't care who tell it. And then Derek, drug possession and distribution. So, Monique and Derek. Ugh, where do I even start? So we know that with Love After Lockup ended, that Monique had went back to Chicago and that Derek cheated on her while she was in Chicago, right? There's so much that I want to say. I've already said in my review about Monique and how I feel about Monique. Monique is a desperate, pathetic, insecure, jealous, possessive, it's just so many words that I can use to discuss Monique. But so in this episode, we see Derek. So Derek is buying Monique a gift, right? To apologize for cheating on her. And so we see Derek, I mean, not, yeah, Derek, we see Derek and his two sisters, Elizabeth and Aubriana. I ain't that fond of these sisters, right? Because I feel like the sisters are just doing team too much for me personally. Let's just be real about that. Like the sisters, I've said it before, Monique is obsessed with his sisters, but his sisters are just as obsessed with Monique, right? Because they always have something to say about Monique, right? So when they go into this store, Elizabeth, his sister, who is a trans woman, she wants to make the joke of y'all got a scale. Ma'am, let's just keep it a buck right quick. Yes, Monique is a big girl, but you ain't a size 2. Like you talking like you are skinny. Ma'am, you are not skinny in the slightest bit. You need a if you want to say Monique needs a scale, well, you need a goddamn scale as well. So let's say that one, right? Like you want to talk about her weight, but it's you acting as if you are skinny or you are in some great physical shape. Sis, you're not. Like, let's stop playing about Monique's weight. And y'all act like Monique don't know that she's a big girl. I'm pretty positive Monique sees it every day when she looks in the mirror. Damn, I'm big. Now, Monique, I'm gonna talk about you in just a minute. So then the little sister Aubriana, she was talking about the fact that, I don't like it when it's a man with a woman and the woman is taller than the man. Girl, what the fuck does that have to do with you? Like how does that bother you? Like I'm starting to see what people say now when it comes to Derek and his sisters. It does give off um incestuous. It does give incest. It gives that y'all want to you want to sleep with your brother, and I know that that is their brother because of the first 48 episode about their mother. So I know that that's their brother, but it just comes off like y'all want Derek for yourselves, and it's not a good look. But I think when it comes to Monique and Derek's sisters, it's opportunity. They're being opportunistic, right? The show and the cameras, they gonna turn up for the cameras. That's where I really see with this family is that they just turning up for the cameras, right? Then that is could be who they really are, but I think that's also them turning up. And I want to go back to Derek's sister Elizabeth, right? The trans sister. And I'm not transphobic or anything, but ma'am, you want to talk about her weight. Now I don't know if you have gone through with hormones, estrogen and all that kind of stuff, but I can see where you had a beard because you have a shadow in that area. And you would be mad if somebody ragged on that, telling you to put on some makeup or anything like that. You would be mad about that. So stop talking about Monique's weight because you would be mad if anybody called you out of your pronoun. You would be mad if somebody called you by your dead pronoun. Let's be real about that, sis. Because see, I'm being respectful and calling you she and by your name Elizabeth. But somebody else, and I know you say that Monique has done and called you out your pronoun. I'm gonna be respectful and not. But there are people out there especially on social media, that are not that nice to you. They call you a he every week. And I've said things about that on social media that some people are very transphobic. So I don't like that you try to do that to you try to fat shame Monique. Again, Monique knows that she's a big girl. She knows that she's not a size 2. And like I said about Miss Elizabeth, neither are you, sis. So if you're gonna talk about her, talk about yourself in the same respect. Like it gets on my nerves. It really does get on my nerves. So then we see Monique with her sister and her best friend, right? Her best friend and her sister are trifling as fuck. Like it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it how trifling they are, right? Because Monique put on one of them god awful bodycon dresses. Monique. I really, really, really need Monique to dress for her body size because that bodycon dress did absolutely nothing for you. And the reason, like, if you're gonna, it's okay to want to look sexy. It's okay to want to have, have on stuff. It's okay to want to wear tight clothing, but also put on the right undergarment. Monique, like, I'm gonna say this, and don't take this, y'all. Don't take this the wrong way. But when Monique had on the damn dress, her stomach, her stomach was hanging down to her kneecaps. And I'm not trying to be funny or anything like that, but you knew better than to put that damn dress on, and your sister and your best friend knew better than to tell you that that dress looked good, because that dress did not look good on you. And again, I don't think that Monique is an ugly woman, and I'm not talking about her body size. I'm just talking about, you need to dress for your size. God, Jesus Christ. So Monique was telling, they asked Monique, how did she know that Derek was cheating on her, right? She said, I went through his phone. My thing with Monique is, if you got to go through a person's phone, have you ever heard the age old saying, if you go looking for something, you will find it? That's what happens. That's what's happening with you and Derek. You go looking for stuff, and you and you find stuff, and you get mad at Derek. Like, it's so freaking annoying to me that she does it. If you don't trust this man, why the fuck are you still with him? Why? I do not get that. That makes no sense to me. I am not going to be in a relationship with anybody that I don't trust. That's stupid. That means you're going to, like, what? Go find somebody that loves you for you. Derek loves you for the, I feel like when it comes to Derek, that Derek loves Monique for the things, excuse me, y'all. I feel like Derek loves Monique for the things that Monique is able to do for Derek. And I'm starting to question that. Animal hospital receptionist, girl, you can't be making that much money. Excuse me, y'all. Every time the sisters make fun of Monique's weight, Derek doesn't say a peep. It's so hard to watch. That damn dress was awful. You can be big and sexy. That dress wasn't it. Absolutely not. And that's my other issue with this family. Every time those sisters talk about Monique, Derek never says, "Hey, that's my girl. Y'all can't talk about her like that." Like, he'll laugh, and I'm like, "Why are you laughing, Derek? This ain't funny." Like, if this is supposed to be the woman that you want to marry, the woman that you in love with, but you sitting here letting your sisters continuously disrespect her, right? So when they were out looking for the candles, Monique called Derek, and she told Derek that she was back in Ohio, right? So he said he was out with his sisters, and I want you guys to tell me if you guys, what you guys heard. So she said, tell them both, hey, right? But the sister said, oh my God. She said, tell them hoes. I said, hey. Now tell me if you guys heard Monique say hoes or both. Because I thought I heard her say both. But she said, but the sisters say that she said hoes. Again, I heard both. I want you guys to tell me what you heard. Derek still has not said anything to his sisters. I hope he says something to them later. I don't think that Derek is going to say anything to his sisters. The thing with Derek is, excuse me, y'all. Natasha says, I heard both too. Okay, so I thought I heard them say both. Monique did not call them hoes. I didn't think Monique called them hoes either. I thought I could, because I even looked at the closed captioning. Like, they put the words up there and it said both. So I was like, I thought Monique said tell them both. I said, hey. Now Monique, I'm finna get on Monique too, right? Because Monique said she didn't say hoes, right? But she said they always want to start with me. Technically, they weren't starting with you because they thought they heard you say hoes, and all they were saying was, damn, we said hey, but they didn't, when she said hey to, when they said hey to her, they didn't mean it. They were being funny. And Derek plays right. The issue with Derek is Derek will tell Monique that he wants for her and his sisters to squash the beef, right? But Derek plays into it because he says all of this to Monique, but he very rarely says anything to his sisters. Nothing to, it's crickets when it comes to his sisters, but he wants Monique to, you know, bend to what they want. And I don't like that. Monique is a lot. But I think Derek needs to put his foot down with the sisters, right? So then we see Derek and Monique, they met up with each other, right? Monique, you must be a basic person because you were happy about them flowers and that candle. Girl, go to Bath and Body Works and get you a goddamn candle. Like the fuck? So Derek tells her she wanted to talk about this situation with him and the other woman. Derek don't want to talk about it. And me thinking about it now, I feel like the reason that Derek doesn't want to talk about that other woman is because that other woman is very much so still in the picture. I don't think Derek is done with that CO. I do not believe that Derek is done with that CO. I think he's still messing with that woman. I feel like the situation is Derek wants to still mess with that CO, but he wants to have Monique on the side so that way Monique can come to Ohio, buy him this, buy him that, and then she go back to Chicago and he can do whatever he want to do with this CO. That's what I get. I want you guys to let me know what you think in the comments and the live chat below. So he also tells Monique that he wants her to squash the beef with his sisters. And I'm like, wait a minute, Derek. So you want Monique to squash the beef with your sisters, but you ain't said not a damn thing to your sisters about squashing the beef with Monique. I wanted to like Monique from the beginning, but her attitude and behavior is so off. For me, I came in, you guys know how I am. I come into these shows and I give everybody a fair shake. Monique, I didn't necessarily come into the show wanting to like Monique. I just came into the show looking at her, and I knew that automatically because of her weight, I knew that people were gonna make fun of her because of her weight, and I knew that that wasn't gonna be something that I was gonna do because it's just not who I am, right? So I just came in just wanting to see what kind of storyline she was given, because and let me go back to WeTV because the way that the trailer for when we first met Monique in Love After Lockup, the way that the trailer portrayed it, it portrayed it as if Monique was catfishing him. So I went in with that idea that Monique had catfished Derek when in actuality she did not catfish him, right? So when we first met Monique in Love After Lockup, I did think that I was gonna like Monique, but gradually over time, I realized Monique is just not for me. I don't see it for her. That attitude, the insecurities, her behavior, everything about her just makes her an unlikable person for me. And I've said it plenty of times. It hasn't. So I don't want nobody to be like, "Oh, you don't like her because she's a big girl." I couldn't care less if she was big, skinny, or indifferent. I don't care what she is. Her personality is just not a nice. She just does not have a nice personality. She is just a nasty person. She's miserable. Like that can you can add that to the list of things that I've said about Monique, right? Miserable, pathetic, insecure, desperate. I really, we talked about Justine needing to see a therapist. So does Monique. Monique needs to see a therapist because she's dealing with the death of her daughter. There's just so much for Monique. I mean, I'll pray for her, but as far as seeing her on the show and the things that I see, she's just not somebody that I like personally. So she then also told Derek that she missed her period. Now the fact that Derek said that he feel like Monique is trying to trap him, I was like, now Derek, what in the hell do you have for Monique to possibly want to trap you? Please let the viewing public know what you got that this woman will want to trap you. Because I don't know what it is and I don't see it. But that's really all. That's all the couples, you guys. So, if you guys, I mean, I'll stay in the comments for a little bit. If you guys have any thing that you want to talk about with the show, but actually, yeah, let me stay here for a few minutes. So, tell me what you guys thought about the premiere episode of Life After Lockup. Did you enjoy it? Was it man? Let me know what you guys thought about it. For me, it was a okay episode. I feel like with Life After Lockup, for Life After Lockup to get back to where it once was, we gotta trim some of the fat. And for me, some of the fat of Life After Lockup is Brittany and Marcelino. I am just not looking forward to seeing Brittany and Marcelino on my television screen at all. Like, ugh, I don't want to see them. God, I don't want to see Brittany and Marcelino. I am dreading them being back on this season. I'm wondering what kind of storyline are they gonna have. So I feel like there are a lot of couples. We need a lot of them. Okay. There are a lot of couples. I definitely will agree with you on that one. We don't need some of them. I feel like we could have done without again, Brittany and Marcelino. We could have done without them. Amber and Puppy, we could do without them. And you guys know I love me some Puppy down, but we can do without Amber and Puppy. We can damn sure do without Sean and Sarah. I also feel like we can do without Taylor and Chance. Let's just be honest. We can do without them. I agree. They could have left them out. For the love of God, I wish they would leave them out. But in my video, I said when it comes to Brittany and Marcelino, I think that they have made life after lockup their primary source of income. So when they file their income taxes, this is what they file. I thought it was okay. I'm not looking forward to a lot of the couples, such as Brittany and Marcelino. Nathan and Skylar are not on this season, and Justine and Michael. Brittany and Marcelino can go. Lindsay and her strong jawline. Yep. I love Puppy and Amber, but they can go as well. Okay. Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about it. So yeah. Now let me ask this question to you guys. So if you guys, because we I think we all agree on who we can do without. It's interesting who would, because we would have to bring in some more couples. For me, I actually do miss seeing Angela and Tony. I miss seeing Angela and Tony. I miss seeing Chevelle and Quaylon. I miss seeing, as toxic as they were, Michael and Sarah and her black scent. Um this is a couple that I know we would never see again because unfortunately one of them is not with us, but Clint and Goddess, rest in peace to Tracy, man. I I hope Clint is doing good. I hope he's clean. Yes, I loved Angela. She was hilarious, baby. Angela and that smoker voice. Oh, I don't miss. The only thing about Angela is I used to impersonate Angela. Oh, I knew somebody was gonna say them. I knew somebody was gonna say Andrea and Lamar. Honestly, I would trade Andrea and Lamar for. I would trade Marcelina and Brittany for Andrea and Lamar. Lamar and that controlling lady. I would take Andrea and Lamar. Um, yeah, I think WeTV. I think WeTV needs to do. It's just some of these people. Hell, I would even take Lacey and Shane, but I believe Shane is in. I think Shane is in jail, right? Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I know the last time I saw that Shane was in jail. I miss Clint and Tracy. Rest in peace. Man, I can't believe that Tracy passed away. And she had a baby. That would be a fair trade, absolutely. So yeah, you guys. Oh wait, is this about Shane? Is he and Lacey are he and Lacey back together? The only thing about Lacey and Shane that I can deal without is the Lacey, Shane, and Jean. Oh, that triangle. Well, that triangle. But yeah, you guys, that's really all I got. I feel like I know you lying. She's back with John. She is back with John again. I know y'all lying. I don't follow these cast members. So y'all be the ones that keep me hip to, what these people are doing outside of life after lockup and love after lockup. But Lacey is back with John. Girl. Now I did see something. Wasn't she trying to say about the now you guys can correct me, and this is alleged because I saw this, but I don't know if this is true. Wasn't she trying to say that one of the babies wasn't the baby that she just recently had wasn't actually Shane's. Yeah, I think I saw that somewhere, but I'm not positive. So I say allegedly. We have had a time with love after lockup, life after lockup, and love during lockup. We have had a time with some of these couples. But Lacey is back with John. Who would have thought it? John is a dumbass. Lacey got him locked back up the last time when he got locked up. Lacey must got. Oh, so that is true. So Lacey did try to say that that baby was not Shane's. I thought I saw that. We TV, y'all got to bring them back at this point, because it sounds like it's a lot of drama with that couple. But yeah, you guys, I do like this, doing lives with you guys to talk about life after lockup. So I feel like we'll keep this going. So what it'll be is I'll do my pre-recorded review early Saturday mornings like I always do, and then later in the evening we can come back on here and we can discuss love after lockup. If that's what you guys want, let me know in the comment section what you guys feel about that, and then we'll wrap up this live. But I cannot believe Lacey is with John and she said that the baby wasn't Shane's. I knew I had saw that somewhere, because I don't keep up with this stuff. I don't, once the show go off, I very rarely keep up with them. Y'all have to tell me the stuff that's going on with them. Like, I know the last time I heard about Michael, he had went back to jail. Forehead Michael, that is. But we have had a time with love after lockup and life after lockup. This is my guilty pleasure show. I love it every Friday night. Oh, if you guys are not, also you guys follow me on Twitter. I do live tweet about the show. I'm actually gonna put my handle in the live, so you can follow me. I do like, if you guys are on Twitter, tweet with me while we watch the show. So that is my Twitter. If you guys want to follow me there, follow me on Twitter, and we will discuss. I tweet, like I said, I tweet about life after lockup every Friday night. All right, so I enjoyed your live. Yes, I like the live setup. All right, you guys. So yeah, we're gonna keep this going. So that's it, you guys. That's really all I got for this episode of Life After Lockup. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys later for Love and Marriage DC is tonight, and Real Housewives of Potomac Reunion Part 2 is tomorrow. And I still gotta watch Real Housewives of Miami. And also, you guys, go check out my review that I did of Life After Lockup, and check out my Bel Air review. And I will catch you guys later. So you guys stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Be blessed. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys. I'll see you guys for another live on Monday, which is Basketball Wives.